Oh my god. Yeah. My kind of live. But you can't talk to me still because me set
Yeah,
up.
for the watch launch lunch.
Me no know. Me no know. That would have mean say me have to go change the battery. Alright. Let's go. Hey Shania. Me can actually see people on my live. I'm excited. Don't pay me no mind. I know I'm excited and stay already. So today I'm gonna talk about inner child healing. Yeah, one of the first things I'm gonna do when I started my little healing journey was inner child work, and it's something that I think. Hey, I wish I got to see you in person. I could say that now. Yeah, I'm live on Instagram and I'm live on Twitch and I'm live on YouTube right now. But yeah, me there, guys. Me know. Me really know. Like, me really know. Like, me know, me know. Me miss you too. Like, genuine miss you too. Yeah, genuinely. So, like I said, I will be talking about inner child healing, and it's hard work. How it happened for me is I remember, I don't know how well I sound, I hope, but I hope me loud enough. Because I don't know, I can't really talk loud until somebody bother me. Yeah. So I had to turn it up because I didn't sound low. I sounded kind of low. So I'll turn it up. So yeah, guys, I have been busy working on a lot of stuff, and anytime you guys see me come on here, it's because I felt led to come and have a conversation. And from the other day, I've been wanting to have this conversation and I haven't been able to. So yeah, I'm here having this little conversation with y'all, and hopefully, just hopefully, it will help someone. And if I can help anyone at all, that's a win for me. So I would want to say inner child healing kind of, what's the word? It a hard work, When you think about it, most of us have a lot of wounds where we accumulate from we parents, from God, from traumas where we go through as kids, bro. Even from our siblings, like family members are normally or typically the major cause of we wounds them as kids. Rarely is it a case where we have wounds that are from strangers, and yeah, it happens. Strangers do harm us too, but half the times is normally somebody would know, or some, because as a kid, you're protected from strangers. You're mostly affected by people So it's hard work. It's to remember that person that one time where they say something to you where really hurt you, and it shape your perspective until today. The way how your parents used to talk to you as a kid really, really affect you. And when we don't heal these things, when we don't unpack them, we tend to bring them into relationships. We tend to deal with people with our wounds in front of us. So we have fear of attachments, fear of abandonments, fear of everything where what that was a cause of a wound as a kid. We're afraid to do it as an adult. And I found that a lot of us, when I say a lot of us, like me mean a lot of us as adults, really, really, really walk around with these wounds as the top thing or the major thing that affect how we deal with people. And if you realize, you look around, everybody, nobody no one in a relationships no more. Like no one. Everybody's like, oh, I'm single. Oh, I'm single. No, nobody no one in a relationship no more. Nobody don't want to commit because, like I said, we're really literally walking around with our wounds on our shoulders. So we have a hard time, even when we're in a relationships, to be vulnerable. We have a hard time showing people how we feel. You know, the other day I was walking and I saw this girl and I felt like smiling and just saying hi. And I swear to God, the girl looked like she'd want to fight me. Like, she give me the vibe like, what the girl look for me so far? Type of vibe. I'm genuinely like, if you know me, you know say me love people. You understand? Me not care who you be. Me not care if me know you 10 years, 30 years ago, 1 week ago. Unless you really do me something where me have to set like a boundary where, yeah, you, no, me not pick you. Outside of that, I still love them. I just love them from a distance. Because even the people them would do me something, them get love, but them can't really get for do me nothing again. But that is something that I've seen we as a people, we as a race literally struggle with, just being able to be open and vulnerable with people. And it's mainly because of the hurts and the pain what we experience, and majority of it we experienced as kids. And it kind of, what a word, is it, I don't want to say, it kind of limit we a lot, and it kind of hurt we and harm we more so than anything else. So that's something that's why I wanted to have this conversation. Let me use English and not use too much patois. But yeah, that's why I wanted to have this conversation. So feel free for chat and, you know, make we talk about it. I personally, I've had to do, let me tell you now, let me give you know what I do. Let me tell you, because when me start my journey, I had no clue what to do. I just knew that I had to heal things, and I don't know how I was going to heal them or what I was going to do. I started out, I got a therapist, and she was sweet. She was such a sweet girl. She was gonna help me, but I'm very impatient. Like, it come on to, alright, me not know how to explain it. It's me. It's when it come on to doing stuff, I'm a get things done type of person. Like, me want to get to the work. Me no lay and me no, like, I don't waste time. I get to it, you know. So it was as if she did want to take a little time and have romance and them something when me just want to get it in, you know. And I personally decided that, and plus finances too, because I never really have no money for really pay the $100 there every time. I'm gonna pay out of pocket. So I decide say, you know what, it was a good girl. I could go do the work up on my own. So I decided I was gonna work on my own, and it was challenging to say the least, because honestly, when I look back on it, them time I did very depressed, like very, like, I don't think I was even just depressed. I was just miserable at how my life was going, and I just wanted it out. And not at all where I was thinking that I was gonna hurt myself, because honestly I never felt that way. My heart go out, like honestly goes out to everybody who ever find themselves in that situation, because it's very I want to say debilitating. And it's not that you're weak whenever it happens, it's just a moment in time where you lapse in a judgment and feel as if a solution would be. And I feel as if when we don't know enough, it seems like the right solution because of stuff that we've been taught, you know. So a lot of us think that if you leave this earth, it's final, and you know you move on to a better life, or you go heaven or hell, whatever the case may be. But it's more complicated than that. So maybe it's because I know a lot more. I've never had that, like, yeah. But yeah, that kind of, I don't know why I'm gone that way there. That's sad. Alright, literally I send out good vibrations and positive energy to everybody we're in that space right now, or that have been in that space. I've had a lot of people close to me that has been there before, and I understand, and it's hard, and it's something challenging to deal with, so I do understand, and it's very touching to me. It's a touchy subject. Alright, so make we see if we can talk about it. Inner child work is where you get to tap into the aspects of who you were as a kid and to reconnect with that, right? When you have a wounded child within you, it shows up in multiple different ways. It shows up, what's that word? So I don't know if you guys ever been in a relationship. Let me see if I can break it. You ever been in a relationship where, whether it be a girl or a boy, you wait, and as soon as something happen, them go, what's that word? Them get extremely childish whenever them feel hurt or attacked, or there's any single instance where them feel like somebody a try to ostracize them or anything like that. Them get very childish with it. That is basically a traumatic response to just, it's not a healthy way to deal, but is a mental barrier and a mental response. And honestly, wherever we are at any moment in time is okay. And I want us to start getting okay with where we're at, because we love to look at other people and we love to look at them, but comparison is really the stealer of joy. You see, wherever you are in this moment is exactly where you're meant to be. Whatever you're doing in this moment is exactly what you're meant to be doing. Pay attention to it. Whatever lessons you're learning, don't miss them, because it can help you. Now, with that being said, right, you don't want to eliminate the traits that you have that aren't as desirable as the ones that you've had that are more so desirable, because everything that we have make us up into who we are, and we're all meant to be unique. Even though them try to make all of we be the same individual, it no work like that. That's why we go to the same schools, we learn the same things, you know. Parents try to teach it, like people, society has went way outside of their way to make us all the same, and it's so hard because we all were made uniquely different, and your strengths are needed. Your weaknesses make you who you are, and those, my friend, too, they're needed. So when you connect with that inner child of yourself, when you heal that inner child and you heal those inner child wounds, you become a more authentic type of you become a more authentic version of yourself. And when you become a more authentic version of yourself, you start show up as yourself, one, in every single instant. You start align more with your passions. And once you start aligning with your passions and you start being your authentic self, people think that going to a job and making money is where you feel fulfilled and you feel good because you can pay your bills. But you see, the moment you start aligning with your authentic self and you start showing up in the world as who you're meant to show up as, because you've done the work where you heal your inner child stuff and you heal the stuff that's been holding you back, bro, them time there, world, like, it literally, your life literally just start snowball and take over, because people don't understand. And what I've realized that I've had to come to grips with is trying to explain it to even my clients, to a lot of people, that when you are doing something, it no matter where you do, it don't matter. And people will be like, oh, it can't make money. Bro, I've seen people become millionaires off of everything. In this day and age, you can get rich off of every single talent. But you know what holds us back? How we see ourselves. Most of us still see ourselves as the person we were when we were kids. Most of us still see ourselves the way that our parents see us. Most of us still see ourselves as that undesirable, unworthy, and lower vibrational version of ourselves that we once were. But you see, and I don't want to say it that way there. Let me see if I can back up and rephrase it. You see, it's no judgment, what may I say. Whenever we start to step into who we actually are, and it take a while for you actually see yourself the way you actually are, because society do a number on us, and it is like every single thing that we've been through, every single person that we encounter, majority of them at least, they tend to skew our visions of ourselves. So if you realize that you look outside and you see a person that look better, and I've been doing hair for a long time, and every single person that's ever came into my chair, every one of them, I've never had a client that was like, oh my god, I love my hair, it's so good and it's so nice, my hair is too short, my hair is too tall, my hair is too thick, my hair is too thin. Bro, I've had so many people come and complain, and that's just an analogy, right? The point that I'm trying to make is we compare ourselves to others, both situations, both people, both things, and we don't see ourselves how we're meant to see ourselves, and it takes our power away. The moment you start giving your power back to yourself and healing those wounds and healing the things that were given to you, because they're gifts, in it, they were given to you as a kid, the way how you talk, the way how you should see the world, your religion, the way you communicate with others, not just emotionally but all of it. If you realize, I'm from the Caribbean and we have a Caribbean background, and whenever you have a Caribbean background, if anyone here with a Caribbean background or know somebody that has a Caribbean background, when I share emotions, especially if you come from my generation, hugs, kisses, bro, my mother never kissed me yet. I never gonna go my father. If me talk about my father, like, I've been here with my father saying for the last couple of weeks, and the most me do I rub him head top, and with my kids, me hug my kids, me kiss my kids, it feel good, but it feel weird to me even with where I am on my journey at this space. I still find it weird to hug my parents because they didn't teach me that, and it's not really just me, it's also them. They are not there. It feel uncomfortable to them when you touch them, when you try to interact with them like that, because as a kid they didn't get that, and it's sad. It's very sad. It's actually crazy when you think about it. Not being able to receive physical touch is supposed to be a sin, especially from people where you love. It's supposed to be the norm. it shouldn't be something that is reserved for an intimate spousal relationship. It should be something that is given hugs, kisses, like it should be normal. But we just reserve that for like sexual activities and stuff like that. And I think that weird. I think it very weird. So inner child work is basically the work that you do on yourself to get you from that space where you are trapped in those stories and those, I want to say programming, but I don't want to say programming that you received as a kid. And one of the concepts that I have come to really grasp is when you heal your inner child, like when you do the work, when you get to become that version of yourself that you're meant to be, the version of yourself where you show up as authentically, it's so freeing, because most of us had to grow up so young. Me myself, I had my first kid at 16. I had to be an adult way before adulthood happened. At 11 years old, I was already taking care of my youngest sibling, while my parents used to yell and argue and make a bag, and I didn't probably not go like the party, come and tell them business plan life. But they were going through a separation, and I had to be the one to really hold things together, especially for my little brother and stuff like that. So it was hard, and most of it of some form of growing up early where we were placed on our own at an early age. And I don't want to make this live long. I just want to talk about the benefits of just healing these wounds, because we don't really see healing as a major priority until we reach rock bottom. And it's not fair to ourselves. It's not something that I personally think is fair to us as a person. I feel as if, as a person, we should do more to connect with and heal ourselves. And when I'm talking right now, this one I say is more so for the people that have the same melanin level as me, because we as a people tend to have a aversion is that the word? I don't know. It's as if whenever people start talking about healing and trauma and all of that, therapy and all of that, we have this block against it to say, all right, I'm good, there's nothing wrong with me, I don't need therapy, I don't need to talk to no one. I don't want, this is a big one, I don't want anyone in my head and stuff like that. That's fine, it's fine, all of that is okay. But as long as you're doing it on your own, then that will be enough. But there's no way you can go all these years, like what? Let's say I'm 20, guys. Don't judge me. I'm 20. Okay? Let's say my kids always like cosign. Let's say let's say that I'm 45 and I've lived for 45 years and I've done no form of introspection, no form of looking into myself, looking into what I've been doing, how I've been showing up in my relationships for my people that I've been in close friendships, relationships, and any form of connection with, Don't you think that not doing that, not doing the work, not looking back, not trying to understand what were the lessons that I was trying to be like I was being taught, don't you think that's limiting? Don't you think that going through life and not seeing the bigger picture is limiting? I personally feel like all of the things that we experience is for a purpose, and I don't know the real reason most of the things them happen, because some of the things them very ungodly. if there's such a thing, because I think everything is off God. But I personally think that it's 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 deeper than what we know, and it's deeper than what we can understand in this moment and this space and time. So at the end of the day, if you're experiencing it, and if you take it a little bit further, you realize that if you don't learn, it's like you repeat the same lessons in different people, different places, different faces. And I've always said it's as if I'm being taught the same things. And there's a big one that a lot of us face, we as females mostly, because this is what we do. We tend to meet people, guys, and we tend to want to be like, oh, I'm gonna help him and I'm gonna fix him and this, that, and whatever. And we don't say this out loud. We really say this to ourselves in our head, and see these potentials and see all these gifts within this person and decide to, okay, we're gonna pour into this person. And I saw it a lot the other day on Facebook, and every single post I saw, it said the same thing. It said, I feel like they were all sharing the same post, maybe. Yeah, that's what was happening. It said, I keep healing others, who's gonna heal me, or something to that effect. And under everyone that I saw, I said, you're gonna heal you, because we're of this misconception that we're healers and we can heal people. And I honestly don't believe that we can heal anybody. No one can heal or change anyone else. We can activate healing, we can activate change, but it's up to that person to see that power within them to actually step up and heal themselves and change their life and change themselves. So healing is not a thing that you give out. It's literally just something that you help someone to acknowledge within themselves, right? So no, as a person, I've realized and I've learned all those years that I spent trying to heal all these people or help all these people, it was my soul crying out to myself, to heal myself, to help myself. But we tend to ignore it and say, oh, I'm perfect, oh, I'm fine, oh, everything with me is good, I don't have to do any work on myself, I'm good, I'm this and I'm that. And when we set our egos aside for a second and really look into ourselves and look into our lives, we keep pouring into others and we keep giving way more than we are receiving in every situation that we go into, because we're trying to prove our worth, or we're trying to show something that, or try to prove to someone that we are enough or that we're it. And I feel like it's kind of backwards, because the moment you do the opposite, the moment you start pouring into yourself, the moment you start giving more to you than you give to anyone else, the moment you start putting yourself first, that's when the universe puts you first. That's when every single person in your life puts you first. That's when it happens. And it's pretty weird how we do it backwards. All right, so yeah, I said a lot just now. Let me dial it down. So a part of what I wanted to cover today was the importance of doing inner work. And inner wounds or inner child wounds show up within us on a daily basis in multiple ways, from multiple different perspectives, and it does hinder our growth. Like, as people, as our evolutionary growth, it causes a lot of toxicity in our relationships. Like, let me see if I can touch upon one topic we're really all right, most females are clingy, and most people, when they're in a relationship, they become codependent, right? And these are two traits of lacking real boundaries and doing inner child wound, because the toxicity and the clinginess and the inner child, the lack of boundary setting, and the that space where you feel as if, oh, let me do this, let me do that, I don't even know how to relate right now. Let me stop. Let me dial it back and let me think twice. Let me think twice before I say something that I'm not supposed to be saying. When you take the time to realize, why am I being so clingy? Is it because I'm afraid of losing this person? And that's normally a trait or of abandonment. And that's also, it can be shown, like a trait of abandonment can be shown in multiple ways. You know, it can be shown in people that are avoidant. So you tend to avoid commitments, you tend to avoid relationships, because if I don't go in a relationship, then I won't be abandoned. You know, if I choose to not choose a relationship, then I'll be fine. You know, it can manifest in multiple ways. There are a lot of like childhood traits. Like most of us have some level of abandonment because somebody left us when we were younger as a child in some way, shape, or form. Some people, their parents left them, mother, father. Some people had. Damn, this is hard to do when I don't have people to talk to, but I'm doing it. All right. So some people left them, or some people had parents that left them. Some people had just people just walk out of their lives for multiple reasons, and they internalize these things thinking that they're the reason, or is something wrong with them, you know. And sometimes it is, because at a subconscious level, whenever people interact with us, they know that their subconscious knows what we're bringing to the table, and they know our worth, and they know when we are not standing in our worth or in our power. So at times it tends to be a little bit more like, it's like, what's the thing, you are what you attract, or you attract what you are. So a lot of us are afraid to admit it, but most of the times we actually are what we attract. If you look into your life and you see every time that you try to level up or you try to do something different in your life, the jobs that you have at the time when you try to make changes in your life, they go. The people that are in your life, whenever you try to make changes, they go. Whenever you change, the things that were there, they normally go, unless, and there's a caveat, unless that thing decides that, oh, I'm going to evolve and I'm going to grow with this person, because then if I don't, I'm going to get left behind. And a lot of us see growth or change as a negative. And change is growth, and growth is change. It's like one. And a lot of us are afraid of change. And if change is growth, or growth is change, and we're afraid of change, that means growing is scary. And like I said the other day in another video, I said, it's as if I feel like the only growth that we have yet to conquer is the physical growth, because we try to stop every single growth that we have experienced as human beings. Every one of them, we stop it. Like, we stop our growth because it's change and it's scary, and I don't know what it's gonna bring, and it might affect me in a negative way. It might hurt, be harmful. It might be, and it might. And knowing us, being humans, we tend to think so negatively first before we even have the positive thoughts. Before we even think that, oh, this is going to work out, we start telling ourselves all the stories of why it's not going to work out. So, yeah, pretty much. But there are many ways in which inner child wounds, inner child wounds can really affect our personal growth, and there are many ways that it can do that. All right, I don't want to give a lot of my stories just yet because I am ready. When actually on a live where it's a lot of people and I'm doing the most, I'll tell stories. When I'm teaching, I'll teach, but when I'm telling stories, yeah, I'm gonna tell stories. So, yeah. So the next thing is one of the best ways to heal your inner child wounds is to start by, oh God, here Mega go again with the meditation where people hear about actually meditating, actually connecting with that age or those ages, because in my inner child work I had to do a lot of connections. I had to connect with myself as a baby. I had to connect with myself in every single aspect of growth, and it was very powerful for me. I had a lot of like beautiful experiences, and it's something that I would suggest you do, and something that I would suggest you look into, just being able to do it. So in doing inner child work, you will receive emotional healing, and people underestimate how much peace you receive when you heal yourself on an emotional level, when you pay attention to your emotional body and you release the suppressed emotions that you have bottled up within, because a lot of us keep stuff bottled up and we don't share them. We kind of stuff them down by eating, by avoiding them, and by doing all sorts of not so healthy coping mechanisms. So it's one of the things that really debilitates us. But when we heal it, when we start to pay attention to these emotions and we start to unpack them and assess them and accept them and look into them on a deeper level, then it leads to us having greater emotional freedom, stability, and just feeling free, brother. Like, I feel like we underestimate the power of freedom. If you've never experienced being at peace and being highly okay with whatever is taking place in your life on an emotional level, because nothing can rattle you, you've never started living. You see how you deal with your emotions, your feelings, it's a key to how you can live a peaceful life. So when you unpack those emotions that you have bottled up ever since you were like a kid, ever since you are like going through all these relationships and the hurts and the pains that you've been through, it changes your life. It really does. You have improved relationships because now you get a little bit more emotionally intelligent, so you can communicate better, you can be more empathic, you can understand others from a deeper level, because what you've been there before and you're now seeing that, oh wow, this person is experiencing that, and that's what I was experiencing a few months ago, a few years ago, and damn, that's hard. It's hard to deal with, and it helps to increase your self-awareness, because you become more self-aware now, because all right, this is a feeling that I've had, and this is not a feeling that I resonate with anymore. I unpacked it, I fixed that, and I worked on it. Where is this feeling coming from? All right, let's assess it, let's work it out, let's figure it out, and it give you a different boost in your self-esteem. Like, it really does. When you heal your inner child, when you do that inner child work, you remember, yeah, the work with them always I talk about, doing the shadow work, the inner child work is hard work, but you see, when you do it, it pays off all the way, the whole freaking way. I don't know how to explain it, but life is good. It's good over here in the hood. And y'all could hate all you want, but being at peace, top tier. So anyways, I'm gonna stop brag. I'm telling you to make a brag, the warn don't know. But you receive a level of personal growth, and this personal growth, it shows, like, it shows within you and it shows outside of you, and everybody that knows you will see that you're showing up more authentically, you're showing up more confident, and you're literally showing up for yourself. Because once you do the work, you're literally gonna be setting boundaries left, right, and center. And I'm not talking about the boundaries that they're talking about on social media nowadays, with the disrespect and the angst and all of the anger and all of that stuff. No, it's like healthy boundaries, guys. Like, I really promise you, it will help. And the thing that I feel like is most underplayed here is you connect back with your passions and your joy, your playfulness. You get to be more creative because you heal all of those blocks, because emotions are blocks. Like, we stored these emotions and these pains that we're like literally not paying attention to, that we're not healing. We store them within our body, and they block who we are, they block how we show up, they block everything about us. It's like, if you look into the life of an individual, or if we were supposed to watch someone's life from beginning to the end, you'll see when they start storing these blocks. Hey Shensi, you see when they start storing these blocks, and when they start storing the blocks, that is exactly when they start, like, it's as if you see, if you could see the color leave them, the passion, the joyfulness, the playfulness, the creativity, it leaves whenever your life start go on and you start collect emotional hurts and pains. And it's really something that's worth doing, like just being able to work on it. And here's a few things that I would want to suggest to start. So I would start by doing self-reflection, journaling. Always I can tell you for journal. Do visualization, guided meditations, online, therapy. Talk therapy is something that is very, very good for doing inner child work and to help heal your inner child. You could do hypnosis, because a lot of us have a lot of like actual blocks. Like, literally, we don't want to remember half the stuff that happened as kids because it was so traumatic. So getting a lot of support to do this work will help. Read books and online stuff. Find professionals that can help you, professionals that specialize. And you guys can see now that I'm really wrapping up the because I didn't plan to come on live for a long time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So, summary points. I would want to say thank you guys for joining the live stream. Thank you guys for hopping on for however long you were on. I would want to pose a few questions, but I'm too vulnerable and shy. I'm not going to do no inner child healing work first before I can pose questions, because people are too afraid, inner child work, to express themselves because they're afraid of shame and all of them stuff. Yeah, fear, not a good one. But once you do your inner child work, you'll get over it and you'll be so confident, like you don't even care who thinks you're asking a stupid question or who will see you for who you are or anything like that. So I am gonna encourage you guys today, please if you can create that space within yourself, do start your inner child work. If you don't start yet, start. The journey just starts with one step. Just put one step in front of what the other, and just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And you can follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my newsletter, and basically stay tuned, because I will be coming on here and I'll be talking about multiple topics and sharing, because that's what I love to do. And if you guys feel like you want to hop on a call with me, come talk to me. I can help you guys. And the call for free. Yeah, the free 30 minutes call, free. You're not even have to worry about booking with me or anything like that. I don't mind supporting people, because I wish I had what I'm offering right now when I started my journey. I wish I had somebody that I could watch, somebody that I could see, somebody that could help me. I felt so alone, and that's why I do this. And I do this because I really want to build a community that supports us while we're healing, while we're growing, while we're getting over a lot of the things that we are getting over. And it's hard, and it's a isolating time, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it on your own. Isolation doesn't mean entirely alone. Okay, I love you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back soon. Well, actually, my other live is going to be on Tuesday, so I won't be back until Tuesday. I'm working on quite a few things, so stay tuned, and I'm going to keep posting and sharing and supporting you guys in the best ways that I can. I love you guys. Bye. Alright, I'm still live on Twitch. Make a look on Twitch. I'm still live on Twitch. Hey, Twitch guys. I just ended my Instagram live, but I'm still here on Twitch. If there's anyone here that got any questions, anyone that wanted to talk a little bit longer, I don't know. I think I'm still live on YouTube too. But let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Hit me up. Let me know. Let me go in on this chat. I think I might just hop off. It was really nice talking though. I love that I got to share, and it was way better than my other live streams before, so I'm getting better at this. Wait until I get to Jamaica and I can set up all my stuff. I'm gonna be excited. But yeah, I got it, and my camera just went down, so that's why my video quality is kind of shaky today. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in another stream. Until next time, talk to you. Take care. Do your inner child work. Don't be playing. And let me know if you guys watch this and would want me to do Reiki healing sessions. I feel like that's what I'm going to be doing next week or over the weekend.